If you live or work in New York and commute in and out of Manhattan, you know that traffic can be a disaster. With that said, Mayor Bloomberg came up with a proposal aimed to cut down on the traffic and pollution by forcing some commuters to use mass transit or pay a congestion fee.
I think it was a good idea, but it had to be modified. There would be too many exceptions of people that it wouldn't be good for their method of obtaining a living.
Right now I'm driving into the city because I don't have to pay for tolls or for, all I have to pay for is my gas. So I think a lot of people would have cut down on their driving.
This would have charged most drivers $8 to drive south of 60th Street from Monday to Friday during the peak hours of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. What really got some heated was the suggested $21 fee to truckers.
I think the primary complaints against it involved the effect on people who couldn't afford it, and how it could deter them from coming into the city for work, or it might make it not feasible for them to work in the city.
Long Islanders feel that driving into the city is no longer an option. Many are trying to figure out other forms of transportation such as buses, carpooling, and even trains to save money. But how long will these money-saving techniques last? Here's a breakdown comparing what it would cost per week traveling via car versus mass transit, starting from Ronkonkoma in Suffolk County to downtown Manhattan.
By moving more people into mass transit, there would be some capital costs involved, in that you would have to improve the mass transit system to accommodate all these additional riders. And if you got more people to leave their cars at the railroad stations, you would need more parking for them.
All this, however, is not a new concept. Currently in London, they have a system similar in place, which has resulted in less traffic on roadways. Some say it may be due to more widespread transit system than we currently have here in the U.S. With that said, lawmakers rejected the plan headed by Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, saying, quote, "Many members just don't believe in the concept. Many think this proposal is flawed." Since the decision was turned down, that will mean the city has to forfeit the $354 million in federal funding that would have been used to jumpstart the project.
The federal government has an interest in encouraging and assisting local communities in doing mass transit projects and reducing the use of personal automobiles. Those may come back again, so the fact that it was lost now doesn't mean that it's lost forever. There may be, future opportunities for federal funding.
Republican mayor was not too happy seeing his idea being thrown to wayside, saying, quote, "What we are witnessing today is one of the biggest cop-outs in New York's history. They didn't have the courage to vote on it, they killed it in the back room."
It's only a matter of time until Mayor Bloomberg proposes another solution to this congestion problem.